Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So the Washington Commanders just had their first day of training camp. Let's talk about it. Some highlight plays from Jayden Daniels and Deebo Samuel, some rookie undrafted free agents that are making some noise, some other guys as well. We'll talk all about it in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, notification bell as well, and comment something down below. It takes like 5 seconds, and all of that is free, and it helps the algorithm a ton to push this content out to more people. But let's get right into it. So training camp today, it wasn't super eventful. We kind of knew what to expect. Terry not there. They signed a wide receiver. They placed Terry on the didn't report list. Sam Cosmi on the pup list, but some really good news there in terms of, he's looking like he might be ready for, somewhat the start of the season. So that would be good news, even possibly week 1. But let's get into some big plays today and stuff like that. So, Ben Stanek says, I'm not going to do this every time because my texting fingers would bleed, but Jayden Daniels won't throw a better pass all camp than the absolute dime to Deebo in the end zone over the shoulder with the corner right there. This was his first pass to boot. So, hey, Jayden and Deebo were wasting no time getting that connection good. So that is really good news to hear for sure. And I'm happy they're getting that rapport together. And, Deebo, hopefully, he's able to have a very big year. Ja'Cory Brooks, probably the star of the day, maybe. 2 touchdowns during 7-on-7, one from Daniels and one from Mariota. And, hey, if he's getting reps with Daniels, that means he has a chance to make the team. Obviously, Terry's not there, so more reps are available, but someone's got to take advantage of them. I didn't hear Luke McCaffrey's name today much. I didn't hear Jaylen Lane's name too much. Honestly, with both of them, I literally looked up Luke McCaffrey on Twitter and looked at the latest tweets, saw no tweets from practice. Jaylen Lane, I did see a clip of him catching punts from Tress Way, so that's cool. But both of those guys got to step up a little bit. It's early, obviously, it's day 1, so got a lot of time. But those guys gotta step up and make some plays with Terry being out, and Ja'Cory Brooks is taking advantage of it, and 2 touchdowns during 7-on-7. So shout out to Ja'Cory Brooks, and I do want to, I'll pull up the tweet right here of Jaylen Lane. We'll also go over offensive line stuff in terms of who was, where, and aligned where, and who was starting, stuff like that. So there's a clip, Jaylen Lane right there, number 83, and he's, not returning punts, but catching punts, and eventually, will be returning punts. We'll go back, we'll go to Zach Selby here, then we'll go to Lionel. Let's see. We'll go and see if there's any clips here. Let's go there. So there starts off just picture JD5 and the quarterbacks getting lined up. Nick Allegretti going through bag drills. I don't know why he said during Indy. Maybe I'm missing something. Laremy Tunsil getting some work in. I think with just fellow offensive linemen. So cool stuff there. I'm just going to be showing you a bunch of different clips. You got Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Bill, as he likes to be called, running a little bit. So, cool to see that. I'm really excited to see him play this year. And then they talked about Jayden Daniels dime to Deebo Samuel. Tyler Owens working with the starting defense during team drills. Love to hear that. Tyler Owens is a dog. I was a big fan of him last year in the offseason, and, he's balling out, man. He's balling out. Or, he balled out last offseason and, was able to make the team as a UDFA, which is really impressive. It's very hard to do. Usually it's like one guy a year, and he was able to make it and did get PT on, special teams and made some big plays. Was out for a little bit with injuries, but he made big plays last year. Let's see what he does this year. Starting offensive line, Tunsil, Coleman, Biotish, Allegretti, Wiley. So no Josh Connerly, not time to worry just yet. But you would like to see him as your starting right tackle. But it's the first week, first day, not even first week. So the goal is whatever the starting offensive line is this today. maybe in a couple days, Connerly's working with the first team at some point in terms of, all right, a few snaps here or there, just getting some reps there. And then maybe 2 weeks from now, he's working almost full time with the first team. That's what you would like. But he's also still learning a new position, so you understand why they got him at the second team. He was working against Von Miller today, which is cool. Krosky Mayer had a nice touchdown. Juked Ben Nickel. Not going to make the team, Ben Nickel, but cool there. And, I believe Ja'Cory Krosky Mayer was working with the ones at some point today. Jeremy Reeves had a nice PBU against Ben Sinnott. And then we talked about, Ja'Cory Brooks. Kinlaw had a nice bull rush on Coleman. And then the D-line for situational drills, that's the D-line, Von Miller, Payne, Dorrance, and Luvu. So, hey, they already getting Von Miller up to speed and getting him with, some of the first team. Will Harris almost had a pick near the goal line. And Mariota was a QB and Bates was a target. So, very interesting in my opinion. This is one of the biggest takeaways. I don't think a lot of people are going to talk about it. But Will Harris working with the with the second team, and Tyler Owens with the first team. So Will Harris, the guy they signed in free agency, somewhat, significant amount of money. Not a lot, but they gave him some money. And he's working with the second team, and Tyler Owens with the first team. Could just be a one-day thing, but something to monitor. And that would be good because Tyler Owens has got some potential. He's got, some really good traits. He's just got to put it together. So let's see what he does. And then Jayden Daniels talked a little bit after practice and said that, him and Terry are not going to miss a beat with him, missing camp. All right, let's go to Lionel here. So let's see. Any other clips? Von Miller, you see him there in the back doing some work. Trench is doing some work. And then defensive guys just, heading out. So, that's kind of, the clips for today. And we talked about that in terms of the 20-yard touchdown by Deebo. And then Luvu and Miller at edge with Armstrong and Payne in interior. So that's interesting, having Armstrong inside and not Kinlaw or Noon. Didn't really hear much about Noon today. It's not a big deal. And then let's see, Amos and Lattimore at outside corner. And, obviously Mike Sanders still inside. So that's cool. Ja'Cory Brooks cooked Marshawn Lattimore, but I guess, he either slipped just because he slipped or just because Ja'Cory Brooks cooked him. I don't know. But, that's super impressive for UDFA to go up against someone like Marshawn Lattimore, who's been an all-pro, been in this league for a long time, and, beat him. That's very impressive for sure. And we talked about the Reeves play, and then says Ja'Cory Brooks with a drop. But then he also said that, it was a PBU from Noah Igbenogany. So I don't know if that was separate plays or the same play. I don't know. And then next tweet, Connerly had a false start with the second team, but then he had a nice quick set versus Von Miller. So, hey, that's good news. That's good news. And then Lattimore had a nice PBU, so it's not all bad. And then Will Harris had a nice break. We talked about that. So those were the tweets there. And like I said, they signed a receiver, I believe, Tay Martin. Camp body, not going to do a lot. They just need some extra, camp bodies out there with, Terry being out. But this is overall good day for the Washington Commanders. And, training camp, Deebo looked good. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Ja'Cory Brooks, those guys look good. Jayden looked good. And I'm trying to think of any other guys that, were able to make plays here. Von Miller, we didn't hear much about him making plays, but, working with some of the first team guys, I think that definitely is, good to hear. And then him working with, Josh Connerly, I think that's going to make a big difference down the line. And, also, one thing I was going to say is their first day in pads, full pads, will be the 29th. So a week from yesterday. So I will be there for that. Very, very excited about that. And we'll give you guys everything you need to know, concerning that practice. And if you guys have anything you want to see in specific, in particular, just comment down below or send me a DM, whatever. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy a good first day of practice. The biggest thing is no injuries. And Noah Brown, he was there. Just a little bit of a ramp-up period for him because of the injury, but he's good, not on the PUP list, so that's good news. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.